This is Dr. Elizabeth Saunders Medlock of Life by Design Coaching with your life coaching tip of the week for the week of July 16th, 2012. This week I want to talk about careers and finding something that brings you passion and joy. I've been working with a lot of clients lately that are on career path changes, and what I always try to tell people is that if you can blend something that's a mix of what you've done in the past and your strengths and your talents and your skills with something that brings you joy and something that you're passionate about, that's going to be the career that's going to work for you. So how do you find out what you're passionate about or what brings you joy? There's a couple questions to ask yourself. One thing is to think back throughout your career, throughout your work history, but even in your life in general, to all of your experiences in school, before school, when you were a child, of what things you really enjoyed doing. And make a list of all those things that made you tremendously happy and tremendously joyful. And again, it doesn't have to be in your work life, it can be in your personal life. It can be something from when you were 10 years old. Anything that you said, gosh, when I did this, I felt awesome, I felt great, I felt on fire, I felt joyous. So think about those things that brought you that kind of joy. Another question to ask yourself is to think about things that you would do for free. So what would you do every day if nobody paid you to do it? Things that you would say, I could get up in the morning and do this all day, every day, and not be paid, and still come home and feel wonderful and feel great and feel like I've accomplished something or feel like I've impacted the world. So what would you do for free? Or another question you can ask yourself alternatively is, someone gave you $100,000 or $200,000 and said you could do whatever you want for a year, go whatever kind of organization you want, do whatever kind of job you want, hire whatever kind of people you want. What would you create? What would you do? What would you form? How would you work? How would you impact the world? What type of activities would you do? What type of work behaviors would you do? What types of things would you do, again, every single day with your life? And that's how you kind of really think when you think about what would I do for free? What brings me passion? What brings me joy? What kind of lights me up and brings that spark to me? The other thing is to really think about the things that don't drain you. People that are doing things that they don't really like doing, they end up feeling drained. Anything that really truly drains your energy is probably not something that brings you joy and probably not something that you're passionate about. When you feel passionate about something and you feel joyous about something, you tend to have a lot of energy around it. So really think about those things in your life that you could stay up all night doing. You could do for days on end. You would never get sick of it. You would never get bored with it. No, well, not never. We'll get bored with everything. But you could do for a while and not get bored, not get tired. So whatever you have a lot of energy and zest and gusto around, and that really kind of turns you on, are things that you're passionate about. And those are the kind of tasks that you want to be doing every day. And so what I really tell to people is, when you've identified what you're passionate about, what brings you joy, maybe something hasn't brought you joy in 10 or 15 years, 20 years, that's okay. You can think way back in the past, bring those things back out. After you've made a list of what brings you joy, really think about, okay, what is that? What would that work look like? And then what are my talents and skills? What am I trained in doing right now? And also, how do I have the intersection of, what am I doing right now? What is my background in? Sometimes your degree doesn't matter. I keep telling people, I don't really do what I got my degree for. Yes, clinical psychology is near life coaching, but I did consulting for a long time. Don't worry about what you got your degree in, but think about where your talents and skills lie. Look at the intersection between what you got trained in, your talents, your skills, your strengths, and what you're passionate about. And somewhere there's an intersection of those two things. And in that intersection and that union of all those things are the career path that's going to be right for you. Hope this has been a helpful tip of the week, and I will see you next week for another tip. Have a great week.